Internet, the real Shroom here. Going to be playing some more Standard on Arena, and Aether Drift has been released. I haven't had too much of a chance to play with the new cards. Most of the content I've seen has been like early access kind of stuff, which I don't really pay attention to too closely, because I don't think that's a real reflection of what the meta is going to be like. But I predict there's going to be more aggro decks, and there's going to be a lot of artifacts in Standard going forward. So as usual, we've got a brew here that's going to try to juke out the Standard format with some High Noon Dinos. What are High Noon Dinos? Let's take a look. So we are a sort of tempo control-y deck built around High Noon, which is a rule of law effect, making it so that each player can only cast one spell per turn. For 5 mana, we can sack it to do a Lava Axe, which is probably how we're going to end up winning a lot of our games if we win with this deck. And we're combining that with effects like Scytheclaw Raptor, 3 mana 4/3. When a player casts a spell, if it's not their turn, this creature deals 4 damage to them. There's another card released in Aether Drift, Adrenaline Jockey, which is basically just like a worse version of the Raptor. We're not using the exhaust synergy on this at all. So with High Noon down, this really punishes our opponent if they try to play on our turn, which a lot of decks really want to do. High Noon is just a very disruptive card. So essentially, we're pressuring them away from casting spells on our turn, meaning they get like 1 spell per turn cycle that they can cast without paying a heavy price in life total. Now, this also affects us as well, so we have to be cognizant of that and try not to play on our opponent's turn too much. And we'll do that because we've got some interactive pieces that we can use on our opponent's turn that don't require casting spells. For instance, we're playing a 2 of Cathar Commando, which is just a 3/1. So we can attack in for that damage, and we can sack it to destroy an artifact or enchantment. Artifacts are going to be important to this standard format. We also are playing a couple of diversion units from the new set, which is a 2/1 flyer, that for 1 blue we can sack it to counter instant or sorcery, unless the controller pays 3. So I do like, counter spells stapled onto bodies like this. So we've got a couple of these, and we got more in the sideboard. And we're playing a lot at sorcery speed, so we're running some powerful sorceries, including 4 of Stock Up, which is also from the new set, which looks at the top 5 cards, put 2 into our hands, so it's like a super divination, which I think that might actually be good. Well, we're going to try it out today to see. And then we've got some sweepers, Brotherhood's End, Split Up. We're also running a Phyrexian Censor, which is basically High Noon number 5. And we're trying out Ride's End, also from Aether Drift, as a removal card that for 2 mana can exile an attacking creature or vehicle. By the way, because we're expecting aggro, we are mainboarding 3 Authority of the Consuls, so there's a lot of synergy between Ride's End and Authority of the Consuls and Split Up. All of our opponent's creatures are going to be entering the battlefield tapped, which means that we can target them with the Split Up and pay only 2 mana for our Ride's End to exile those creatures. And then we've got some kind of tempo creatures as well. We got a couple of Floodpits Drowner that we can play on our turn to tap down our opponent's stuff, so that we can get in for our attacks. We've got a 1 of Aether Channeler as well that can bounce a non-land permanent when it ETBs, removing our opponent's blocker from the battlefield, making it so that they have to spend their 1 precious card slot replaying that creature on the following turn, meaning they can't do anything else, or they can try to do something else and pay the price in Dino Pain. So we got a couple of other interactive pieces and protective pieces, running a 1 of Skrelv, which I like to run in white decks that play creatures, just as some protection for our dinos. 1 of Surge of Salvation can protect our High Noons as well as our creatures. And then we've got 2 of Abrade. Remember, there's going to be lots of artifacts in this format, so Abrade can hit small creatures and artifacts, which is good. 1 of Exorcise can hit artifacts, creatures with power 4 or greater or enchantments, and a 1 of Teferi Temporal Pilgrim is another kind of win-con-y sort of thing. It can make a token that can get really big as we draw cards. It also is just a card draw engine for us, since we are like a control deck. We do want to see our cards so that we can get to the pieces we want to lock our opponent out of the game with our High Noons. So that is the plan. High Noon is a very disruptive card that really a lot of decks don't want to play against, and we're going to make it as painful for them as possible, breaking the symmetry of this prison effect with our own ability to interact on our opponent's turn. A total of 24 lands in the deck should be sufficient. There's 1 of each of the Restless lands. The new Verges are out now, the Boros Verge and the Verge, so those are both in our deck now. A very good inclusion from Aether Drift as well. But nothing too fancy. A couple of Demolition Fields, 1 of each Restless land. The sideboard contains Authority Council number 4. It contains Cathar Commando number 3 and Diversion Unit number 3 and 4. So we can board up to a full playset of Diversion Units if we're going against like a control deck or something. We're also boarding a couple of Grand Abolisher, so we can sort of pivot with this deck a bit. If the Grand Abolisher is on the table with a High Noon, it means that our opponents can only cast one spell per turn cycle, basically. It's kind of like a prison effect. It restricts our opponents to only casting one spell per turn cycle on their main phase. So this is something we can do to get a leg up on control decks, basically. There is definitely some anti-synergy here with the Dinosaur package, because this means our opponent won't be able to cast stuff on our turn, which means that they won't take any pain from the Cyclaw Raptors or the Adrenaline Jockeys. But against control deck, having that as an option, I think, is a good way to go. Second Brotherhood's End is in the sideboard, as well as a Pyroclasm and a split up for more sweepers. Brotherhood's End in particular, I think the artifact mode on this is going to be very relevant in standard. Destroying all artifacts with mana value 3 or less doesn't hurt us at all, but it does catch everything from, like... Really, Simulacrum Synthesizer is a card that is going to see a lot of play, I think, and this does destroy that, as well as any constructs our opponents may have created. Search for Salvation number 2 for protection, a couple of Rest in Peace for graveyards, which it was 3, but it's only 2, so taking my life into my own hands, and a couple of No More Lives just as generic answers and counter spells. So that is the plan. We're going to restrict our opponents playing with High Noon effects. We're going to get in there with chip damage from our dinosaurs and our other little beaters. We're going to punish our opponent for playing on our turn, whereas we don't have to really play on our opponent's turn, because we can interact with our Cathar Commandos and our Diversion Units, and we will end the game with our Lava Axes. That's the plan anyway. Let's see if we can get it done in Platinum tier of Standard. And if you like off-meta, off-kilter MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I am the Black Wizard. Will be our first opponent. Are they playing black is the question. Probably. They should be, because black is busted. And our hand looks good, so we'll keep. We'd like to find a High Noon. Alright, let's go grab our island. This opponent has Temur mana showing. I think I'm going to play my Diversion Unit. Opponent's deciding which removal spell to use against it. Pick your poison. Hey, they pick their poison into a Legion Extruder. So they can pay 2, sack another artifact, create a 3/3 Golem creature. Okay. Well, let's start dropping dinos, because we've got 3 of them. Yep, there's the Simulacrum Synthesizer. This card is going to be everywhere. That's why I'm mainboarding Brotherhood's End. That's going to be a very important card in Standard. They double topped. That's slightly terrifying. So I think what I need to do is just get rid of that Synthesizer. I should have played my tap land there. That was dumb. At least I can surge my dino to protect it. Braided net. Split up is the draw. The question is, do I want to surge my raptor? Probably. Getting that damage while we can. 3 steps ahead to copy their braided nets. Do we want another land? Kinda don't think we do. I'd like to find a Brotherhood's End. So they can tap both our dinos here. Alright, but we got a third one. Doubling season. Draw another land. Okay. We really can stop drawing lands now. We can stop drawing lands now, please. Alright, let's fire up our bivouac and whack 'em. I never used this one. Put a +1/+1 on target creature you control. I'll choose the bivouac. Three steps ahead, making more copies of their braided nets. So they have 3 braided nets. However, we can just lava axe them in the face, and that's GG. Five to you. Okay, so Simulacrum Synthesizer. We want Brotherhood's End number 2. We want Cathar Commando number 3. We want Exorcise number 2. I think we want our counter spells, right? Actually, the Diversion Unit can't counter like artifacts, can only do instants and sorceries. So I want No More Lies. And they're not really that aggro, so I don't think we need the authorities. I'm gonna go down at least one split up. Yeah, let's cut the split ups. I think Brotherhood's End is really more where it's at for this matchup. Okay. We got High Noon. I guess it's a keep. It's a lot of lands. Play Skrelv. Skrelv gets abraded. Okay. Go for High Noon. There's the synthesizer. So I do need to find an answer for that. Brotherhood's End is a good answer. We'll leave a stock up on top. Karn Living Legacy.
It warms my heartstone to see Midas' old. Dominaria's treasures will aid us in our fight.
Okay. Let's play our Adrenaline Jockey. Agate Assault.
Geometric perfection.
So I think I want to stock up here. go No More Lies Cathar Commando. Doubling Season. What does he do? Tap an unfact artifact. This emblem does 1 damage to any target. We probably do counter this, right? Oh, they just had the mana to pay for it. Well, with all those power stones, that was going to be hard to avoid.
Dominaria's treasures will aid us in our fight.
So, do we kill the doubling season right away? Probably. Because this means they can plus Karn, it goes to 9. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just do this. Might Stone and Weak Stone.
The Thran still have secrets to uncover.
So, I think we'll block here. And then we'll get rid of the Might Stone and Weak Stone. Because we can Brotherhood's End away all of these other artifacts. If we don't get countered. If we get countered, we probably scoop, honestly. Okay. No counter. See how much mana they put into Karn here. There's another synthesizer. Yeah, this card is going to be played like crazy. And we just draw land. We don't need more land, thank you. Really, we're doing okay. I could have attacked with my Bivouac. Pick your poison. Alright, we will do Karn, I guess?
I will not budge. Dominaria's treasures will aid us in our fight.
Three steps ahead to copy their synthesizer. So here's a situation where I wish Ride's End were a get lost, because Ride's End cannot target planeswalkers. This thing doesn't have any kind of evasion, right? One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually can do this. Okay. So let's exile this token, I guess. We can take out Karn.
We must regroup and reconsider.
Now they make 2 constructs. Stock up. We need like another Brotherhood's End is what we need. Stock up plus Aether Channeler, I guess. Stock up again. Okay, and we're dead. Okay, so they're running the full playset of 3 steps ahead, I have no doubt. I guess I want Diversion Unit. Do I want to bring in the Grand Abolishers is a question. Sure, they're very control-y. And I think when I go up the Grand Abolishers, I cut a couple of these guys. I'm gonna go for 1 split up as well. Yeah, I think we gotta go down on this effect when we bring in the Abolishers. Because we're making it so they can't cast spells on our turn, meaning that they won't suffer these pings. It's a bit of anti-synergy. This is really like a different deck, which I actually have played in Modern before. The synergy between these 2 effects is really good. Channeler actually just kills a construct. I'll cut 1 Drowner. That 10 looks okay. This doesn't add blue currently. We do have a Demolition Field, though. I'm going to keep it. Another Plains. Diversion Unit number 2. Braided Net. Okay, what do we want to get rid of? Their red mana? What do they even use their red mana for? Oh, they have like Abrades. Grab our islands. And we draw Braid. That's good. Pick your poison. Nothing we can do about that. get rid of this braided net. Okay, that's one counter gone. Play another diversion unit. Or pick your poison. Alright, play our Abolisher. We'll pass. Abrade, Surge. Okay. So, we trade our Abolisher for their land, which I guess is decent. I think we're gonna make a bird here. Cornucopia. Alright, let's take out the artifacts. Our bird gets tapped down. And we'll play our Censor as another high noon effect. Forge. It is scary. Ride's End doesn't do a lot of good. Doubling season. Okay, we'll just take this, I guess. And we're losing this race. This is ticking up by 2 each turn. To get by more than that, so we do need an answer for this forge, or it will just kill us. Actually, that's just lethal right there. Jeez. Well, what did I say? Brotherhood's End is going to be a useful card. I don't think 2's enough in the 75. Melchorius is our opponent. Will be on the play. Yeah, this looks good. We'll need some, you know, other lands to go with our verges here. But we do have a turn 1 authority, that's good. Prosthetic Injector. Equipped creature gets +0/+2 and has Toxic 1. Okay. Alright. Come on, deck. Loaded Contaminator. I think we'll go ahead and just exile that. So they've got a Toxic 3 creature, essentially. We'll keep a Fabled Passage. So what do I want to do here? I could stock up, or I could just play the Drowner. I probably just want to play the Drowner on their turn and shuffle that Rot Priest back in. So I'm just going to pass. Alright, well, let's see if they've got like a Snakeskin Veil or something. They don't. Alright, we are shuffling this guy in. And I think we'll play our Adrenaline Jockey. Let's grab our islands. This guy's a Minotaur. Minotaur pilot. They go for the throat. Okay, let's stock up. I think Ride's End plus Raptor. We'll play the Raptor. Alright, let's play a Diversion Unit. Get in with our Dino. So they're going to take 4 damage as they cut down our Diversion Units. Let's make them pay an extra 3. They're not going to pay it, because I just sacrificed my guy. They didn't need to pay it, but they did. Okay. And we got another Dino. The Diversion Unit eats removal spells, basically. That's what it does. And with Affliction. Okay. Play another Diversion Unit. And a Skrelv. Cut down on the Diversion Unit. And they scoot. Okay, so big toxic stuff. We want Surge of Salvation because they're running a ton of removal spells. And I think we want Exorcise and probably Split Up. We can cut Brotherhood's End. We'll cut a Cathar Commando. Cut one Abrade. Yeah, the hand looks fine. Exorcise is going to be a good card against them. Alright, play our Parlor. Plains, we don't want a plains. We're good on lands, really. Light Belly Rat. I think I will trade my Cathar Commando for that rat. Given the opportunity. There's Gix. Alright, we don't have an answer for Gix at the moment. It's a bit of a problem. There's our Censor. Abrade will deal with Gix, so that's good. Suspect they're gonna have a removal spell and get another hit in with Gix, which is unfortunate. Gix is just, it's such a quaint card. You don't see it that much because it's no enduring curiosity. Guess we'll just play a tap land and pass. If they have a protection spell, it's pretty bad. So they just make it into a 5/5. He's not an artifact, is he? No. Well, we can exorcise him now. That's good, I guess. Can I draw like a split up? That would be good. Venerated Rot Priest. Alright, let's exercise the Gix. Oh, I should have played my Diversion Unit first. That was dumb. Because that would allow me to counter a protection spell. Okay, Gix is gone. There's the removal. and they just have a Virtue of Persistence, which can get back their rat. Yeah, we just don't draw anything, so I think we're pretty dead here. Authority of the Consuls, not good enough at this point. They can just keep taking stuff out of either graveyard. So they have the rats in their graveyard, Vraska.
You are cared for in Phyrexian's ranks. Join patience. We will win.
Teferi's not going to do it. I mean, I have the Spire that can block one of these guys, but they also can just proliferate. Yeah, I'm just going to scoop here. So, let's have all the authority. And let's bring in Brotherhood's End, because they all are running the full gamut of toxic stuff. Rest in Peace also, because they're playing Virtue Persistence. Also want No More Lies. Possibly Pyroclasm? I think I do want Pyroclasm. Commandos don't really do much of anything. Go down on the Dino package. Go down the Phyrexian Censor. Just go down to 2 dinos. Maybe I don't need 2 exercises, just 1. Exercise doesn't kill Gix. That makes me want a Abrade. And I do want 1 exercise, though, because they do have bloated contaminators. Cut a Diversion Unit. It's a 1-lander. Which is not keepable, so we have to mull, unfortunately. Ten's better, it's not good, but we'll keep it. Bottom. Demolition Field, I guess. Probably should have played my Fabled Passage and grabbed my Mountain that turn. Let's get down High Noon. There's a Skull Dweller. Alright, let's play Rest in Peace. Okay, it's got Toxic 2 and 1. So do I get 3 counters or just 2? 3. Oh, I didn't use my Fabled Passage. Okay, I definitely will use it this turn. Demolition Field, no thanks. I think we'll pass. I would love it if they played something small. Create a 3/3 Toxic 1 token. Okay. Perfect. Let's hope our Brotherhood's end gets the job done. So they very possibly have like a snakeskin veil or something which could save their token. They don't. Okay, good. Tyvar.
I have arrived. Hold your applause.
Really has nothing to do. He can untap creatures or can mill cards and return small stuff, but with rest in peace, that's not going to work. So he's really basically doing nothing. Speaking of not doing much, let's play another High Noon. He doesn't have an ultimate. Okay, there's a raptor. Let's play it. Alright, they do respond with a removal spell right away. We're up to 7 poison, which is a little scary.
Take my hand.
Another one of those 3/3 tokens. We'll stock up. Abrade plus split up. We'll abrade on their upkeep.
There's that second wind.
Alright, we draw Bivouac. I suppose I will just kill that creature. Untapped. Yep, they got in a couple of good hits. Boy, they're like a 80 card library too. Jeez.
We can do this all day.
Skull Dweller. Well, I'm at 9 poison, so I kind of have to do this. Thirsting Roots proliferate. Jeez, what jank. They got us though. That's unfortunate. Asperius will be our opponent. And cool, we've got turn 1 authority, so we'll keep this. Fox Jace sleeves. It's possible there's some kind of control deck. Alright, authority. Yeah, I'm guessing their control deck. Stock up. We like stock up. I'll try for a Skrill. Counter. So they're Esper. I'll try for an Aether Channeler. Doorkeeper Thrall. Kaido.
Ha! I love a dramatic entrance. Aha. Now I know your weakness.
Dude, why are you such a creeper, Kaido? Okay. Let's stock up. For a stock up. And, I don't know, a land? Attack Kaido, I guess.
Can't give in.
Anointed Peacekeeper. Look at an opponent's hand, so I think hexproof doesn't help. Sheltered by ghosts.
I've got you beat 6 different ways.
Okay, we can kill the Kaido, that's good.
There's gotta be another way out.
Wait, dinosaur. And probably this thing has ward. Okay, we get the ETB gets shut down by the Doorkeeper Thrall. Play another Dino. Could get countered. Yep. I mean, I guess I'll play this thing too. We can double block the Peacekeeper. Mockingbird copies nothing. Okay, we will double block the Peacekeeper. And we draw land. Not good. High Noon. It's a good card, but at this point in the game, it doesn't really do much. really looking for like split up. More mockingbirds. No split up. Okay, and we're actually dead because they're all flyers. Things are just not going our way tonight. Okay, Cathar Commando. They're like a control deck. I want my diversion units. I want my counters. Do I want my grand abolishers? I want split up. I think I do want my abolishers and my surge of salvation. So we're going down on the dinos. Cut a ride's end. I think I'm gonna cut the exercise. 3 Cathar Commando should be enough to deal with the sheltered by ghosts if we need it. Just go down to 1 dinosaur. And if they're hating ETB triggers, these guys aren't that great. High Noon and Surge of Salvation are good cards. This hand's okay. We can keep it. Should have led on Seachrome Coast. Oh, then I wouldn't be able to play High Noon on turn 2. We take High Noon. Okay. Let's go ahead and play Diversion Unit. Play Cathar Commando. Split up. Shoot the sheriff. Let's surge that. All right, grab a mountain. So I could activate the Anchorage here. It would mean I have no mana available to protect my stuff. But I think that's okay. Oh, I do still have a blue mana available. This thing is so cheap to activate. Okay, they eat my diversion unit. They have a demolition field. We draw a dinosaur. Let's play said dinosaur. The duress. Enduring curiosity. Can I draw exercise, please? No. I'll trade my raptor for half of an enduring curiosity. So yeah, now I don't know if we can win because this is just sitting on the battlefield now. They can activate their anchorage and draw cards. Spire Bluff Canal. I just need to draw another High Noon. If I can resolve that, that'll be game. Or do I just use my High Noon against this anchorage? I guess I have to, because it just lets them keep drawing cards. Authority of the Consuls. Pretty unexciting at this stage of the game, honestly. Yeah, I think I've been that. Another Restless Anchorage. And we draw land. See, this is what happens when I play less than 4 Demolition Fields. I run into the 4 Restless Anchorage deck. Abrade would have been nice some time ago. I just don't think we can beat their huge card advantage at this point. Hey, we got a bivouac. What are the odds that they don't have a removal spell for it? Pretty slim, I would wager. They just have a Demolition Field. Shieldred. Hey, Demolition Field. Untapped creatures. There's a high noon. If we can find another one of these, we'll be good. That is 5 points of damage, banked up, ready to go. Land. Mockingbird is a 1/1. It's a 1/1 that will draw them a bunch of cards. No more lies, not going to be helpful at this point. I don't think I can kill this Mockingbird with my high noon. I think I have to hold it out in the prayer that maybe... Okay, now I actually do have to kill it. Dreams of Steel and Oil whiffs. I really don't see how we can win this game. They have this ticking time bomb going, Kaido.
Slim chances just make victory that much. I've trained with the best.
Diversion Unit. Just gonna bounce it? Okay. I think it's safe to scoop here. They're gonna get an attack with Kaido and draw a card. They have soon to be 6 cards in their hand to our 2. Like, their whole hand's gotta be filled with removal and probably counter spells. Like, we have to stick 2 high noons. None of our creatures are gonna survive. We have to stick 2 more high noons of the 3 we have in our deck before they can snowball their Enduring Curiosity into even more overwhelming advantage. So our chance there is like less than 1%. Mukake will be our 4th opponent. And we got good stuff, so I'll keep. We have High Noon. Which we will play. Whenever it attacks Manifest Dread, great. We have no red mana. And they don't have any non-basic lands for us to target. I can Ride's End it. They do get to Manifest Dread once. Tyvar the Pummeler. So he can become indestructible. Diversion Unit. Do I want to draw a Diversion Unit? I kind of don't think so. Run out of Dinosaur. Oh, these things don't have ward or anything? Imagine that. Gaining indestructible. Okay, that's a Kona, huh? Oh, wow. Their face down creature was Kona. It's pretty good. Pretty darn good, I would say. I don't know if we can beat this Vaultborn Tyrant. We need to find another Ride's End. Let's stock up. Those are not helpful cards. Now, I am foregoing the option of abrading Kona, which could be a problem. I mean, we're already not going to beat this Tyrant without a draw. X is the greatest power among creatures you control. So they're going to activate Tyvar. To give everything +6/+6. I mean, I guess I have to block. Make them use all their mana. Yep. Okay, so it's like sweeper or bust time here. I don't think one sweeper even does it. Yep, that's game. So, Authority, split up, Brotherhood's End, Exorcise. We can lose Surge, Skrelv, maybe the Diversion Units. I don't think they're playing a lot of instants and sorceries. We gotta split up. But our mana otherwise is pretty bad. Demolition Field. They seem to be on the all forests mana base. So I guess the question is, what would I fetch with my Fabled Passage? Like, if we draw lands, this is a good hand. I think there's too much upside to mulligan this. I need to decide what to fetch, whether a plains or a mountain. I think it's going to be a mountain. More dinos. +1/+1 for each force you control. Yeah, we'll kill this while we can. Okay, we find land number 3. That's good. More dinos. Are we going dino beats today? This game? That's all 4 dinos. Well, they are 4 3s. So they did mill a Kona. Wow, they milled some good stuff. They get a Gwenna and a Huntwood Shrieker. Keep the dinos coming. Silverback. Okay. I think we'll exorcise this guy. We'll attack. We'll just take it. Vorinclex. The Skullport Nexus. Whenever one or more non-token creatures die, create a green fungus dinosaur creature with base power and plus equal to the number of the total power of those creatures. Huh. So if I sweep, they're gonna get a whole bunch of stuff, basically. They have enduring vitality. Let's attack. I guess. They get back their thing. They get a thing. Another split up. Guess that's alright. We'll do untapped. We give it indestructible. Hey, how's it going, Heretic? Let's go, Standard Brewing. Yeah, getting clobbered today, jeez. Things are just not going our way. But Standard Brewing is what we do. So, I mean, we got to split up untapped, right? Untapped, the app, I haven't tried messing around with that. They just have a giant bomb in their hand as their last card. Okay. Well, where's my Sunfall? I can kill all this stuff. But I don't have a way of dealing with this thing. They're also going to get back a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13. Yeah, I'm familiar with what it is. I just haven't tried using it myself. They tapped their own guy. 7 +1/+1 counters among any number of creatures. It's a 19, 19, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, that's lethal. Bianca, you want to play Magic, right? We'll be on the play. And hey, we've got to turn 1 authority to the consoles. That's really what we want. So we'll keep Authorita. Alright, Golgari. I think I'm gonna play my Verge so that I can flash in this Commando. They get lost my authority. Okay. Well, let's do some mapping. Land. Land, okay. Got those out of the way. See, that's why Get Lost is such a bad card. It's one of the reasons why Get Lost is a bad card. We don't need more Surveil lands, thank you. I really have 2 Elegant Parlors in here. There's a Steel Seraph. Alright, let's just destroy target artifact. Play the old archive. Ride's End, we can do that. I think I'll play Fabled Passage so that I do have enough mana to Ride's End if I need to. Even an untapped creature. Vampire Nighthawk. Okay, we're gonna Ride's End to that, I think, because we want to continue attacking. Exile. We draw lands. We don't need more land. Another Vampire Nighthawk. And we draw land. Dude. Stop with the lands already. See if they want to trade. They don't. Do I Brotherhood's End here? I don't think so. Because technically, I'm still doing netting damage against them. There's a Restless Parry. Okay, that's now a 3/4. Ugh. That thing has first strike. Oh, my Brotherhood's End can't hit it now. We also have no answer to their Restless Prairie. This is looking very bad. Rogue's Passage. They have another Restless Prairie. High Noon. Which I probably just need to use against their Vampire Nighthawk. Or their Boombringer Valkyrie. Or maybe they're Restless Prairie. I guess. That just keeps making everything bigger. Alright. We're dead. We didn't find like a split up, so GG's. So just big stuff. Golgari big stuff. I think we want Exorcise. We definitely want split up. We want Authority of the Consuls. Maybe no more lies. Brotherhood's End, 3 damage isn't enough to kill a lot of their stuff. Go down to 1 Abrade. Cut the Phyrexian Censor. I feel like the High Noon effect isn't doing that much against them. Diversion Unit doesn't seem terribly useful. Neither does Cathar Commando. Maybe I'll bring in my Censor back in and cut one of those commandos. Yeah, try something like this. Opponent has 250 cards in their library. Boy. I think this is okay. We do need to find white mana, but we will. Ride's End. It would be good, but I think we actually just need land number 3. Did I say a 3-drop? I meant land number 3, not a 3-drop. Unholy Annex. More white cards you can't cast. Okay, let's discard. Maybe Authority of the Consuls? And we draw more white cards. Okay, let's discard one of these High Noons, I guess. Preacher. Rite of the Moth. Is that in their graveyard? Yes. Still missing land drops. Okay. What do we discard this turn? I guess one of these Dinos. Maybe a stock up. I don't know. Stock up, I feel like, can find us more lands. Elinda, Saint of Dusk. You know, sometimes the right thing to do is just to scoop the match. Oh man, we're just too far behind there. They got the Unholy Annex going, they got the Preacher going, handful of cards. We're missing land drop number 3 on like turn 8. Okay, so rough one tonight. That was a solid 0-5 for the High Noon Dinos. And I don't know, there are just nights like that when you play Magic where like nothing seems to go your way. I do think this deck is better than it appeared in those games. And It's just everything was like, you know, not where we needed to be, a card behind. Like, is it possible the deck needs more like card draw or something? We've got the 4 stock ups, which are really good. I actually am convinced this card is playable and cool, and I like it. I don't know, like, you see why decks are so removal heavy in this meta, because like if you don't kill like absolutely every creature that a Dimir deck is playing, for instance, like they just snowball so much advantage. And so because everyone is playing so many removal spells, it's a little hard to play creatures that don't protect themselves, you know, creatures like our you know, our dinosaurs, our diversion units, they just die because every deck has so many removal spells. So that's a little rough, and I feel like we maybe could use some sweepers. Split Up is an excellent combination with Authority of the Consuls, but this is the kind of deck that could play like a Sunfall or two in the 75, and really it should probably have some Sunfall. I think that would be better to make a couple of cuts in exchange for the Sunfall. Maybe perhaps cut like Surge number 2, and maybe to cut the Grand Abolishers for some Sunfalls. But anyway, I think High Noon is a good card, and it's a very disruptive card. I think we don't have enough creatures for Surge or Skrelv. It's possible. I mean, Surge can also protect like our High Noons and our Authority of the Consul. Skrelv might not be needed. I did want to have a little bit of protection because, you know, Standard is so removal heavy, but it's probably not sufficient. Anyway, I think High Noon is a good card. It's very disruptive. There's a lot of decks that want a multi-spell. If you think about like the card engines, the card engine decks, like the Beanstalk decks, the Enduring Curiosity decks, the Enduring Innocence decks, the decks that draw a lot of cards, which are like the big players in Standard, they really want to deploy those cards too, which means that they want to cast more than one spell per turn. And just the fact that High Noon precludes them from doing that means that it's good against a lot of decks. It's good against Dimir, it's good against the Esper Pixie decks, it's good against, you know, like the Selesnya Enduring Innocence decks. So I do think High Noon is a good build around card. I think maybe one thing you could do is go for more of a tempo-y strategy with High Noon, like run 4 Floodpits Drowners and 4 Aether Channelers, so that like everything that you do in the way of interaction also adds pressure to the battlefields. So like on High Noon, and especially if you're going with this angle with the dinosaurs, which I kind of like, although it didn't really go off at all in these matches. In testing it did more than it did tonight. But if you have this going, the High Noon and like Dinos, so that your opponent is punished when they play stuff on your turn, they're restricted to only playing on their turn. And then like if you play a Floodpits Drowner or an Aether Channeler, you just bounce whatever creature it is that they played or tap it down, and then you attack with what you have on the battlefield. So like you're adding pressure to the board as you are neutralizing your opponent's defenses. And I think that might, if you just focus on that synergy, the Floodpits Drowners, the Channelers, and the High Noons, you might have a better sort of tempo strategy than what we're presenting here, which is more of like a control deck, really. It's a control deck that doesn't have enough sweepers in it, which is not where you want to be as a control deck. So yeah, I would say add some Sunfalls to the 75, probably 2 or 3 in the sideboard. I would say, yeah, to really maximize this strategy, you want 4 Floodpits Drowners, 4 Aether Channelers, and yeah, I think that would be a better way to go. Just try to be more of a tempo deck and bounce your opponent's blockers as you play pressure with the High Noon and the dinosaurs to restrict casting spells on your turn. Diversion Unit, like basically every time we play this card, it just dies to your removal spell, but that's kind of what it's for, you know? The Diversion Unit makes your opponent play off curve a little bit in some situations. Like It's good if you have a high noon down because it like wastes a turn of your opponent's essentially. So I actually kind of like this card, and I think it's worthy inclusion as well. And I do like stock up. I could see maybe an argument for adding, instead of this Teferi, some form of cheaper card selection or card draw. Like you could even do like Opt, you could do Maze Mind Tome, you could do Mishra's Research Desk. A couple of those really goes a long way for decks like this that are looking for specific pieces. But anyway, the deck totally fell flat on its face tonight. That happens from time to time when you're a jank aficionado and a brewer like I am. But I think there's a solid concept of a deck in here that could be slightly better built than this iteration. So maybe at some point in the future I will try another build that's more tempo-y, as I described earlier. But for now, that's going to do it for High Noon Dino. It was a very sad 0-5, but it's okay, MTG be like that sometimes. Anyway, that's all for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to support me my content, if you like off-meta, off-kilter MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I do stream MTG every Tuesday and Friday night, although it's Sunday night tonight, but this should be just a one-off occurrence. Tuesdays and Fridays is when I stream MTG on my Twitch channel. There's a link to my Twitch in the video description. So thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your weekend. I'll see you later.